Hi guys, welcome back. Today in store for you, we got something great. Once again, we are going completely cheesy with the situation.
Ta-da!
Is that all I get? Okay, so you guys have probably seen in the last couple of weeks that KFC started a Cheetos Chicken Sandwich. About the time it came out, Roy and I wanted to toy around with it to see if we could come up with anything better. So, we did. We're going to show you that tonight. Sticking with the cheese, we are going to revisit one of our first recipes ever, Canoe Pho. We're redoing this today with a way that we saw done in I believe it was a Greek restaurant. Mm-hmm. So we're going to try this take on it, a little different, when we come back. Welcome back to another edition of In the Kitchen with me, Mikey, and of course my cameraman. Say hi, Roy.
Hi, Roy.
We've already got the pot cooking. Tonight we're doing a cheese menu, starting with KFC's limited time menu item, the Cheetos Chicken Sandwich. We're duplicating that tonight on In the Kitchen with me, Mikey, so come on back. Hi guys, and welcome back. Roy's already got me crying in here in this kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
So we are going to recreate KFC's Cheeto Chicken Sandwich. We're going to keep it pretty real. In here I have started with 2 cups of flour, some basil, garlic, celery salt, mustard seed, oregano. There's 11 herbs and spices in here.
There are a plethora of them.
If you want this recipe, I will leave a link down below. It's one that I found on Wikipedia that is supposed to be the Colonel's original recipe. I don't know if anybody's got the original recipe or not, although they say it's in Louisville, tucked inside of a vault, hand-signed by Harland Sanders himself. This is as close as we're going to get until one of us become a Sanders. So, as I said, 2 cups of flour and 11 herbs and spices, and I'll leave that link. In here I have boneless
Chicken thighs.
Boneless chicken thighs. I was about to say boneless, breastless chicken thighs. Boneless chicken thighs. And in here was the one if that we ran into. If you notice on the bottom of the chicken, there was a red cheesy sauce. How we made this, we actually toyed around, used a powdered cheese packet out of your favorite macaroni and cheese, or cheese and macaroni, you know. When we first did this, we did this with the oil like they do, and it just stayed really gritty. I added 1 tablespoon of water, heated it in the microwave, it became super thin. So we are going to start with our chicken and try not to cross-contaminate every single thing that we touch. We're going to do 2 or 3 pieces at a time. And even the way we are going to cook this is going to be relatively traditional for KFC. I did land a pressure cooker specifically designed for chicken. I do not remember who made this, and I've only seen a few of them. Wherever Chicken Bucket. It's a pressure cooker. All the instructions and writing on it's in Hebrew, Arabic. So, kind of find that interesting. So here are the spices, 11 herbs and spices, 2 cups of flour, and altogether we're doing, I think, 4 pounds of boneless
Chicken thighs.
Chicken thighs. I don't know why I can't remember chicken thighs. And on the back burner, I've just got some water with salt and pepper in there. We're not going to waste the macaroni out of the packet because all we used was the cheese. So I'm going to make just a little bit of macaroni salad to go with it. Okay, first piece of chicken. is in. Your oil needs to be about 350 degrees. I am only dropping 3 in here and then sealing it up. This will be actually the first time I have ever used this chicken fryer. Can you tell? Seal it. Should have thought about this a minute or so ago. Three to 4 minutes under pressure since this is boneless. If you were doing some bone-in chicken, I would go about 5 to 6 minutes. Until you're used to it, just use your old meat thermometer, especially with chicken. I want you guys to be safe and do not cross-contaminate. When we come back, we'll show you how to assemble the sandwich. We've already gotten one batch of chicken out, slowly letting the pressure off. I really like this pot. It's very nifty. And so far, what I can tell, it does really look like the original recipe. I did get a little heavy with the flouring, but I do like a heavier batter myself, like the extra crispy. But the color is dead on. I also have, like I said, our no need in wasting anything. We had the macaroni left from the macaroni and cheese mix where we use the powder, so we're going to make a small batch of macaroni salad. When we get back, I'll show you how to throw together how I make mine. Pretty simple. And then we're going to move on to Roy's absolute favorite. And this part's debatable. I guess it's intended to be a breakfast food, a midnight snack, a dinner, a lunch, and a just for the hell of it, I'm going to eat it type meal.
It's good.
So we are going to revisit that. We've shown you one way. We are going to show you another way, which is just as traditional, depending on where it comes from. I believe Roy said this version was going to be Turkish. It has a top and a bottom. Then Roy and I also have toyed with our original first recipe, and we're going to show you guys that one much easier. When we get back, we'll put it all together, and Roy will do his wonderful magic with the camera and make the food look great. While you're here, or while you're waiting, which I guess you really won't be waiting very long, just like and subscribe. And if you really want to keep up with us, just hit the little bell. We videotape every Friday and try to upload every Saturday. That doesn't always happen, but we do try. Keep in mind, we both have life. Both have, what are those things called where we don't get any money? Jobs. Yes. Forgot about that. Yeah. But we have a blast doing this. We'll see you guys right back. Hey, we're just chopping up our vegetables, getting them ready for the macaroni salad. Mine's pretty simple. I like cucumber, onion, relish, bell pepper if you have it. I've even seen people crumble up hard-boiled eggs in it. You know, whatever trips your trigger. I keep it simple, whatever you've got. If you like mustard in with yours, I've seen that, throw in a little bit of mustard. But I typically save my mustard for my tater salad. I think my mom would even put a pinch of sugar in hers. Kittens are out playing.
Yes, by the way, there are still kittens left. Just holler, we'll get back with you on that subject.
Get us up on our Facebook page. That's the easiest way to reach either one of us. And especially if you're local. And if you're not, and you just really cat lovers,
we'll bring it to you.
Within reason. Now, our internationals, please don't. If you want it, you got to come get them. Within reason, you know, Pennsylvania, Ohio, I'd say all the way down to Louisiana. Roy and I love road trips.
Boudin.
It would be
I'm sorry.
You know, I'm the fat one, and he's the one always thinking about food.
Oh, well, I'm a foodie. I love to eat.
So I'm going to show you real quick our chicken again. We still have a few more minutes on our macaroni, and we'll show you how to put it together. When we get back, we'll show you how to make this chicken sandwich. Maybe a little bit better than the original. Hey guys, we are going to work on our second version of Canoe Pho. While we were at our favorite supermarket, international of course, Roy found the shredded phyllo dough. Katifa. It's what is used also with the Turkish version of Canoe Pho. We are going to start with about a half. This is not a recipe that either of us have any experience with at all other than looking at it and seeing it done. We have seen them make this phyllo, and it's pretty interesting. If you guys have a chance, just look up homemade Canoe Pho. The spelling will be included, of course. We are doing about 1/2 of this, maybe a little bit more. And breaking it up, it feels kind of like, I don't know, vermicelli maybe? It's very light. Hello, we still have visitors. So, over here I have my melted butter. They say anywhere from 1/2 of a cup to a cup. We're making a rather small Canoe Pho, but we will be doing a top and a bottom on this, which is a little different. Also, the cheese that we found is different. The only name it really had on it was sweet cheese. To be honest, I'm not tasting any sweet. It's a very bland mozzarella. In this, we are adding just a little bit of red and yellow food coloring with a hope to make orange. If not, well, you get the idea. We've been hit and miss for this. The first one, not so good in color. The second one was amazing. This one does not look like it's going to blend in well. I know I should be using gel food colorings and just paint it into the dish. That's what I see most of the people do. Again, this is going to be a very simple recipe. Once you get all of your butter incorporated, and we're not going to get that full color that I wanted. Sorry, Roy.
That's all right.
I know you like the...
I think it's pretty. But this is going to be different.
Something tells me I'm going to have Technicolor hands.
Woo!
Now, one of the ingredients that is in this particular recipe, and we've seen multiple methods, multiple ingredients. In fact, most of the time, even the Middle Eastern countries, they're just using mozzarella cheese in this. I can see we've decided we're going to add just a smidge of salt to that cheese because it is so bland. Another thing that we are leaving out, we found, was grape molasses as an ingredient. I did not have grape, but I did have, what was it I had? Pomegranate. And I like the flavor. I think it was just a little much for Roy.
It was.
So we skipped. This very much does have a texture of a very thin spaghetti, like a vermicelli. And my hands are purple, or whatever color they could have been. I know red and yellow doesn't make purple. Come on. So, we are going to stick this in the palm of our hand, in the bottom, and then we are going to layer this with the cheese. I think we could have gone with about 1/4 of this, Roy. We'll have to find something else to do with it, like we did with our macaroni. We made a macaroni salad.
That's right.
So we're just going to layer our cheese in here.
Rubbing with half of that.
Oh.
It's falling apart.
Yes, it is. It's if you guys are familiar with the Mexican cheeses, cacique, queso fresco, Very, very similar. Just no salt at all. Let me rinse my hands real quick. We're doing a couple of things today, and the 2 items that we're making, although are very easy, they have a lot of steps. So, salt. I am going to use the shaker for this one just so I can get it all over evenly. Maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon we put on there just for a little bit of flavor. We are now going to do the what will become the bottom. I will say, Roy, this is going to be buttery.
Yes. Breakfast food.
Now, as you see, I did not use ghee in this. You can. I just allowed myself to run out, so I made some quick ghee. And boy, do we got some surprises coming up on the long on the long line, or on the line of ghee. Can't talk too much about it, but we got some projects we're going to be thinking about. As always, if there's ever anything you want us to make or try to make for you, or a recipe that you think is just too difficult. I don't want to say difficult because I don't like doing that. Cooking's really not difficult. But if you find a recipe that's stumping you, that you would like to recreate, just leave us a comment or email us. We're going to throw this in a 350-degree oven. I really can't say how long. I'm going to start looking at it at about 15 minutes. When it's ready, we'll be back. We'll do the plating for this and show you how to put together your Cheetos Chicken Sandwich from Not So KFC. We'll be right back in Mikey's kitchen. All right, we are ready to plate our KFC Cheetos Chicken Sandwich. Now we are going to do a little bit different. We saw that Cheetos use some kind of an oil, but we both agreed that the chicken needed to be coated in it, and it was not. So we're going to get this good and coated and try to get it out in one piece. There we go. Now we are going to go with some Cheetos. I do believe they put theirs on the bottom. We are going to do ours on top, and probably not so many. One thing I did notice with their sandwich, although they did have mayonnaise, they did not have a pickle. And who has a chicken sandwich without a pickle? Come on. You shouldn't be able to do anything without pickles. I like these flat cut pickles. They are so good. Trying to find you a pretty one, Roy.
That's all right. That's going to be pretty here in a little bit.
There you go. Now, we're going to be serving this up with our macaroni left over from the cheese sauce that we made. Decided to make it. Now we can take a peek in the oven. Our Canoe Pho has been in there for about 10 minutes. This one is going to go about 20 like I thought. And then we'll be flipping that out onto a plate. Hopefully, keep your fingers crossed for us. And we'll be right back. The Canoe Pho is ready. It didn't change too much from going in as it is coming out. Just the phyllo is a lot more crisp. We're going to try this like we did last time and hope for the best. See if we can be 2 out of 3. I believe there's a song saying 2 out of 3 ain't that bad.
It is. Meatloaf.
No, it's not Meatloaf. This is Canoe Pho.
No, Meatloaf's saying 2 out of 3 ain't bad. It's still hanging on. Oh, it came off. Look at that different cheese. Look at the different cheese.
Oh.
I don't know. What do you think?
I think I would have done it if I do it again. I'm not going to do it with the food coloring, obviously. Here we have our simple syrup, same as before. 2/3 cup of sugar, 1/3 cup of water, and a squeezed lemon. I've also seen people use the rose water instead of lemon. I'm just not a fan of roses. To smell, not to eat. You just drizzle and pour until there's a nice lake on your plate. So it gets soaked top and bottom. And then the easiest part, some chopped pistachios. And this is our Canoe Pho dessert, breakfast, lunch, anytime surprise. This is version number 2. We have one more coming, and we'll be done with it. We're not doing it today. That'll be in addition to another video. Well, we have nothing left to do but to eat.
Eat, yes.
We are both hungry, and we are very curious about this chicken. While you're away, disaster struck. One of the pieces of chicken that we had lost its appeal, and so we decided to go ahead and put it out of its misery.
What happened was I turned it over and the skin was missing, and I was like,
Yeah, but how did that skin get missing?
I don't know, Michael.
Yeah,
how did the skin get missing?
We're not going to talk about that. If this isn't the Colonel's recipe, it's extremely close. Even in color, the only thing that I would do different in using the pressure cooker for this, I would drop the temperature down. Instead of cooking it at 350, I would do about 325 and make the color a little lighter. We guys, thank you for stopping by another week, and please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you really like what we're doing, hit that bell.
Ding!
We tape every Friday and try to upload every Saturday. Sometimes that doesn't happen. Thank you guys stopping by, seeing myself and Roy.
Hey.
Y'all have a great week.
Let's eat.
Let's eat. Why are you looking at the Canoe Pho like that?
Because it looks so good.